And as investigators work to piece together the shooter's background and a possible motive, Denver 7 has been digging for answers too.
Yeah, our chief investigative reporter Tony Kovaleski was the only reporter on the scene as authorities searched the teen's home, and he joins us live in studio tonight. Tony, your sources confirmed the shooter's identity today.
Yes, we did. And obviously, Ryan and Natalie, we know the best of the best are on this, and let's dive into what we're talking about here right now. We still don't know the motive, even though the best of the best are diving in, but that's not surprising. We know it is a top priority for investigators. We know within seconds of the shooting, a high volume of calls to the 911 call center made it clear to law enforcement this was the real deal. The first officers got at the school in less than 2 minutes, and in less than 5 minutes, an officer located the teen gunman.
His name is Desmond Hawley. He's 16 years old, obviously a student at Evergreen High School.
The sheriff's office confirming what Denver 7 Investigates first reported earlier in the morning. 16-year-old Desmond Hawley shot 2 classmates before turning the gun on himself.
There are cameras inside of the school, which is very powerful and important for us in our investigations. We're able to track his movement throughout the school.
And those cameras will help investigators answer key questions. Sheriff's office saying at this time it will withhold all video from surveillance and body-worn cameras.
I can't talk about what's been found at the suspect's house because I don't know. But I think that they found valuable information for our case.
Denver 7 Investigates captured this exclusive video shortly before sunset Wednesday night. Nearly a dozen law enforcement cars moved in to execute the search warrant. Specifics of what they uncovered were not disclosed, but they did find enough to reach this conclusion.
Based on some of the information that we're seeing about this suspect is that he was radicalized by some extremist network.
So we clearly know more right now, but still waiting to learn 2 key questions: the motive and how that teen shooter obtained his gun. We also learned the 16-year-old rode his bus to school yesterday. Questions were asked about how he concealed the weapon from others when he arrived at school early in the morning until that shooting happened around noon. Jeffco Sheriff's not sharing those details at this time. But it is clear the surveillance cameras on campus at the school were able to capture every step of the way from the minute he arrived on campus that morning until the shooting, and investigators are taking a close eye, piecing together that timeline and trying to answer that question. How did he hide that gun?
And Tony, you mentioned that they are still looking to figure out how did he get that gun. What about the parents in this case? Are they looking into them, and could they be facing charges at some point?
Well, it's standard operating procedure, Natalie, on what is done here, and parents and their involvement, what they knew, when they knew it, where there are signs in the bedroom. And that's where that search warrant last night will pay and provide a lot of answers, because if there were other weapons or explosives in the house that parents should see, they're going to have to answer those questions. But also important to recognize, Sheriff's Office saying parents are cooperating here. So yes, they are being asked questions. They are being considered as possible individuals that might have contributed, but you have to find proof.
And Tony, to that point, what about a copy of that search warrant? Any word on when those details might be released?
Well, and as you know, Ryan, that regularly is put out and many times available. It will answer a lot of questions. It will provide a lot of the details, because to get that search warrant, the sheriff's office had to come up with some of the facts to convince a judge to say, we can enter that house to get some of the facts and some of the questions answered. So we have offered or asked for that. We're waiting for a word from the courts in Jefferson County. We're told we should have it within 14 days, and we look forward to sharing that with everybody, because it will provide a lot of answers.
A lot of people looking forward to that release and that extra information, and we know you've been working hard on this for more than 24 hours now.
Our team is on it. You can guarantee that.
And Chief Investigator Tony Kovaleski for us tonight. Thank you so much.
And we know there are still a lot of unanswered questions tonight, and we will continue working to learn more for you in the coming days, like we mentioned, and to bring you any updates. You can also find the very latest anytime on Denver7.com.